human history is dotted with civilizations that rose to prominence only to mysteriously collapse and disappear without leaving a clear explanation behind. These lost civilizations are more than historical curiosities. They offer profound insights into the fragility of human societies, the impact of environmental changes, and the ever-present danger of external threats. Despite technological advancements and ongoing archaeological research, several civilizations that once thrived in their environments suddenly vanished, leaving modern scholars to puzzle over the causes. In this comprehensive examination, we will delve into the enigmatic collapses of four ancient civilizations: the Minoans, the Ancestral Puebloans, the Khmer Empire, and the pre-Columbian Amazonian societies. Each of these civilizations was highly advanced, leaving behind remnants of architectural wonders, artistic achievements, and sophisticated social structures. However, they also share the same tragic mystery: an abrupt decline or disappearance that defies easy explanation. The Minoans, an enigma of the Bronze Age. The rise of the Minoans. The Minoans are considered one of the earliest and most sophisticated European civilizations, flourishing on the island of Crete from around 2000 BC to 1500 BC. Archaeological findings paint a picture of an advanced society with remarkable accomplishments in architecture, art, and trade. The Minoans constructed impressive palaces, such as the Palace of Knossos, which featured paved roads, drainage systems, and possibly even running water, a level of urban planning that was unparalleled at the time. Culturally, the Minoans were known for their artistic prowess, particularly their frescoes, pottery, and statues, which reveal a highly developed aesthetic sensibility. Their influence extended beyond Crete. They were active participants in Mediterranean trade networks, exchanging goods with other major civilizations of the time, including the Egyptians and Mesopotamians. The Minoans' economic prosperity was closely tied to their strategic location in the Aegean Sea, which facilitated their maritime dominance. Despite the wealth of artifacts left behind, including Cretan hieroglyphs and Linear A scripts, scholars are still unable to fully understand the Minoan language. Both writing systems remain undeciphered, which has severely limited our knowledge of their political structure, religious practices, and day-to-day governance. The historical enigma of the Minoans is heightened by their sudden disappearance from history, which remains one of the greatest mysteries of the ancient world. The theories behind their disappearance. There are multiple theories that attempt to explain the collapse of the Minoan civilization, each drawing from archaeological evidence, geological data, and historical context. However, none of these theories provide a conclusive explanation for the Minoans' abrupt decline. The Thera eruption, Santorini. One of the most widely discussed theories is that a volcanic eruption on the nearby island of Thera, modern-day Santorini, triggered the Minoan collapse. The eruption, which occurred around 1600 BC, was one of the most violent in recorded history. It produced massive amounts of ash and pumice that likely caused significant disruptions in the region. Tsunamis generated by the eruption could have devastated Minoan coastal settlements, while ash fallout may have damaged crops and infrastructure, leading to social and economic collapse. However, recent geological studies challenge this theory. Ash deposits on Crete appear to be minimal, suggesting that the island may have been spared from the worst of the fallout. Moreover, there is evidence of continued Minoan economic activity after the eruption, indicating that while the event may have caused significant damage, it was not solely responsible for the civilization's demise. Internal conflict and social unrest. Another possible explanation is that the Minoans faced internal strife, possibly due to political unrest, resource scarcity, or social upheaval. Archaeological excavations have revealed signs of selective destruction. Some towns and buildings were destroyed, while others were left untouched. This pattern could indicate warfare or conflict between different factions within the Minoan society. Invasion by Mycenaeans. Some scholars propose that the Mycenaeans, a neighboring Greek civilization that later became dominant in the region, may have played a role in the Minoan collapse. Mycenaean influence on Crete increased after 1450 BC, with evidence of Mycenaean-style pottery and architecture appearing on the island. This suggests that the Mycenaeans may have taken advantage of the weakened Minoan state to invade and eventually absorb their culture. Conclusion: the lingering mystery. Despite these theories, no single explanation fully accounts for the sudden collapse of the Minoan civilization. Their undeciphered written records continue to hinder a full understanding of their fate, leaving much of their history shrouded in mystery. Only through continued archaeological research and the potential future decipherment of their language might we uncover the true reasons behind the Minoans' enigmatic disappearance. The Ancestral Puebloans' abandoned cliff dwellings. The architectural marvels of the Ancestral Puebloans. The Ancestral Puebloans, also known as the Anasazi, were an ancient Native American culture that thrived in the American Southwest, particularly in the Four Corners region where present-day Colorado, Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico meet. Between 900 and 1300 AD, the Puebloans built sophisticated cliff dwellings, such as those found at Mesa Verde and Chaco Canyon. These stone structures were often built into the sides of cliffs and consisted of multi-story complexes, some of which housed hundreds of people. The cliff dwellings were not only architecturally impressive, but also strategically placed. Their high elevation provided protection from potential invaders and offered a defensive advantage. The Puebloans were skilled agriculturalists, cultivating crops like maize, beans, and squash in the arid desert landscape. They constructed an elaborate system of irrigation canals to manage water, enabling them to sustain their communities for centuries. Theories behind their abandonment. Around the late 13th century, the Ancestral Puebloans suddenly abandoned their cliff dwellings and other major settlements. Several theories have been proposed to explain this mass exodus, but like the Minoans, the reasons behind their disappearance remain speculative. 1. The Great Drought. One of the most widely accepted theories is that a prolonged drought, known as the Great Drought, circa 1275 to 1300 AD, played a significant role in the collapse of Puebloan society. Tree ring data and other paleoclimatic evidence suggests that the region experienced an extended period of arid conditions, which would have made agriculture increasingly difficult. As water sources dried up and crop yields diminished, the Puebloans may have been forced to abandon their homes in search of more fertile lands. 2. Conflict and warfare. Another theory suggests that the Ancestral Puebloans faced threats from external groups, such as the Utes or Apaches, who were more nomadic and possibly encroached on Puebloan territory. Evidence of violent conflict has been uncovered at several archaeological sites. In a 1997 excavation, the discovery of 24 skeletons with signs of violent death and possible cannibalism raised questions about whether warfare or social strife may have contributed to the collapse. However, the interpretation of these findings remains contested, with some scholars proposing alternative explanations such as ritualistic violence or isolated skirmishes rather than large-scale warfare. 3. Migration and social reorganization. Unlike other civilizations that disappeared completely, the descendants of the Ancestral Puebloans, modern-day Hopi, Zuni, and other Puebloan peoples, continue to live in the region. Oral histories and anthropological evidence suggest that the abandonment of cliff dwellings may have been part of a larger social reorganization. The Puebloans may have migrated to new areas due to environmental stress or social reasons, forming smaller, more dispersed communities. Conclusion: a complex departure. While the Great Drought remains a compelling explanation, the exact reasons for the abandonment of the Ancestral Puebloan cliff dwellings are still debated. The combination of environmental challenges, potential conflict, and social change likely contributed to their departure. Unlike some other vanished civilizations, the Puebloans' cultural legacy continues through their descendants who preserve their traditions and oral histories. The Khmer Empire, a Southeast Asian powerhouse. The glory of Angkor. At its peak, the Khmer Empire, from 802 to 1431 AD, was one of the most powerful and influential civilizations in Southeast Asia. The empire's capital, Angkor, was home to some of the most impressive architectural and engineering feats of the pre-industrial world, including the massive temple complex of Angkor Wat, which remains the largest religious monument on earth. Angkor was a sprawling metropolis, featuring a sophisticated system of reservoirs, canals, and irrigation that allowed the Khmer to harvest rice 3 times a year. The Khmer Empire was not only an architectural and agricultural powerhouse, but also a center of culture, religion, and commerce. Its influence extended across much of modern-day Cambodia, Thailand, Laos, and Vietnam. At the height of its power, the empire boasted a population of up to 1 million people. Despite its grandeur, the Khmer Empire began to decline in the 15th century, and by 1431, Angkor was abandoned. Scholars continue to debate the causes of the empire's fall, but several theories have gained traction. One of the more straightforward explanations is that the Siamese Ayutthaya kingdom invaded and sacked Angkor in 1431, leading to the collapse of the Khmer political and cultural center. While the invasion likely played a role in the decline, it does not fully explain why the empire as a whole crumbled, given the vastness of Khmer-controlled territories outside of Angkor. The Khmer Empire's decline may also have been driven by issues with its sophisticated water management system, which had been critical to its agricultural success. The extensive network of canals, reservoirs, and artificial lakes, known as barays, allowed the Khmer to manage both flood and drought conditions effectively, producing multiple rice harvests annually. However, this system required constant maintenance. As the empire expanded and its population grew, it may have put increasing pressure on the water infrastructure. Minor droughts could have destabilized the system, leading to crop failures and food shortages. Conversely, some scholars argue that heavy monsoon rains could have damaged the infrastructure beyond repair, causing widespread flooding, which disrupted agriculture and led to social unrest. Both scenarios would have weakened the empire's ability to feed its large population, contributing to economic and political instability. Recent studies suggest that long-term climate change may have played a role in the Khmer Empire's decline. Analysis of tree rings and lake sediments from the region reveals that Southeast Asia experienced a period of intense droughts, followed by extreme monsoons during the 14th and 15th centuries. These environmental changes would have strained the empire's agricultural base and could have triggered a collapse in the social and economic systems that supported Angkor. Some historians have also speculated that disease could have contributed to the Khmer Empire's downfall. The Black Death, which ravaged Europe and parts of Asia during the 14th century, may have reached Southeast Asia via trade routes, decimating the population and further weakening the empire's stability. Though there is little direct evidence to support this theory, it remains a possibility given the global reach of the pandemic during that period. Another factor to consider is the role of religious change in the Khmer Empire's decline. During its height, the empire was a stronghold of Hinduism, as evidenced by the temples of Angkor Wat, which were originally dedicated to the Hindu god Vishnu. However, by the late 13th century, Theravada Buddhism began to spread throughout the region, gradually supplanting Hinduism as the dominant religion. This cultural shift may have led to changes in the political structure and social order, weakening the centralized power of the Khmer rulers. The construction of monumental Hindu temples ceased, and resources may have been diverted to Buddhist practices instead, further contributing to the empire's decline. The fall of the Khmer Empire was likely the result of a combination of factors, including military invasion, environmental challenges, water management failures, and cultural transformation. The abandonment of Angkor remains a poignant symbol of the empire's collapse. but its influence continues to resonate through the magnificent temples left behind and the cultural legacy that still shapes Southeast Asia today. Understanding the Khmer Empire's decline provides valuable insights into how complex societies can be vulnerable to a confluence of internal and external pressures. Pre-Columbian Amazonian civilizations lost and found. The hidden civilizations of the Amazon. For centuries, the Amazon rainforest was believed to be largely uninhabited by advanced civilizations prior to European contact. Early explorers such as Francisco de Orellana reported seeing vast cities and dense populations along the Amazon River, but these accounts were dismissed as exaggerated or fabricated. Archaeologists long assumed that the harsh, nutrient-poor environment of the Amazon basin could not support large-scale human settlements. However, recent discoveries have upended this narrative. Advances in technology, particularly LiDAR or light detection and ranging scanning, have revealed that the Amazon was home to numerous complex societies before the arrival of Europeans. LiDAR technology, which uses laser pulses to map the ground beneath the dense forest canopy, has uncovered massive urban centers with intricate road networks, agricultural terraces, and water management systems. Rediscovery of the pre-Columbian Amazon. The 21st century has seen a growing body of evidence that supports the existence of large, sophisticated civilizations in the Amazon. One of the most significant discoveries was made in 2018 when researchers uncovered a network of fortified settlements spanning over 1,000 miles in the Bolivian Amazon. These settlements, connected by causeways and canals, suggest a highly organized society capable of managing both agriculture and trade over vast distances. In 2024, another groundbreaking study revealed a hidden city in the Brazilian Amazon that may have housed up to 100,000 people. The city featured a complex system of roads, gardens, and canals, demonstrating advanced urban planning that rivaled other pre-Columbian civilizations such as the Maya and Inca. These findings have revolutionized our understanding of Amazonian history, challenging the long-held belief that the rainforest was home only to small, nomadic hunter-gatherer tribes. Instead, it is now clear that the region was once a thriving center of human innovation, with populations possibly exceeding 20 million people across a vast expanse of the rainforest. The sudden disappearance of Amazonian societies. Despite their impressive achievements, the pre-Columbian civilizations of the Amazon vanished almost overnight following European contact. By the early 20th century, the population of the Amazon had dwindled to an estimated 200,000 people, representing a staggering 99% decline from pre-Columbian estimates. Disease. The primary cause of this catastrophic population decline is believed to be disease. European explorers and settlers introduced a host of Old World diseases, including smallpox, measles, and influenza, to which the indigenous populations had no immunity. These diseases spread rapidly through the interconnected societies of the Amazon, wiping out entire communities before European colonists ever made direct contact with them. Genocide and conquest. While disease was likely the most significant factor, warfare and conquest also played a role in the collapse of Amazonian civilizations. The arrival of European settlers led to violent conflicts with indigenous groups, particularly in Central America and along the Amazon River. Many indigenous people were enslaved, displaced, or killed in these conflicts. However, in most cases, disease outpaced warfare as the primary cause of population loss. Environmental reclamation. With the collapse of these societies, the cities and settlements they built were gradually reclaimed by the rainforest. The dense vegetation of the Amazon rapidly covered the remnants of human habitation, erasing much of the evidence of their existence. Until the advent of modern technology like LiDAR, these lost civilizations remained hidden, fueling the myth that the Amazon had always been an untamed wilderness. Conclusion. a rediscovered legacy. The pre-Columbian civilizations of the Amazon offer a powerful reminder of the fragility of human societies in the face of disease and environmental change. The rediscovery of these lost cities and settlements through advanced technology has shed new light on the scale and complexity of Amazonian civilizations, challenging long-held assumptions about the region's history. As archaeologists continue to uncover more about these forgotten societies, we gain a deeper appreciation for the ingenuity and resilience of the people who once thrived in one of the world's most challenging environments. Conclusion: the fragility of civilizations. The collapse of the Minoans, Ancestral Puebloans, Khmer Empire, and pre-Columbian Amazonian civilizations highlights the complexity and fragility of human societies. Despite their remarkable achievements in architecture, agriculture, and governance, these civilizations were unable to withstand the forces that ultimately led to their decline. Whether due to environmental changes, natural disasters, internal conflict, or the introduction of foreign diseases, their sudden disappearance underscores the precarious balance that all civilizations must maintain to survive. Modern archaeologists and historians continue to piece together the stories of these lost civilizations, drawing on new technologies and interdisciplinary research to unravel the mysteries of the past. While many questions remain unanswered, the study of these ancient societies provides valuable lessons about the vulnerabilities that all human communities face. By understanding the factors that contributed to the downfall of these once great civilizations, we can better appreciate the delicate interplay between environment, society, and technology that shapes the course of human history. The mysteries surrounding the collapse of these ancient civilizations remain a potent reminder of the impermanence of human achievement and the need for continued exploration and research into our shared past. The mysterious collapse of ancient civilizations like the Minoans, the Ancestral Puebloans, the Khmer Empire, and the pre-Columbian societies of the Amazon offers invaluable lessons for modern societies. Although separated by millennia, the challenges these ancient civilizations faced bear striking similarities to the issues that confront today's world. Their sudden decline serves as a powerful reminder of how environmental degradation, climate change, overpopulation, political instability, and pandemics can disrupt even the most advanced societies. Environmental management and sustainability. One of the most significant lessons we can learn from these vanished civilizations is the importance of sustainable environmental management. The Khmer Empire, for example, relied on an elaborate water management system to sustain its agricultural productivity. However, the very complexity of this system made it vulnerable to disruption. Minor fluctuations in rainfall, whether in the form of prolonged droughts or intense monsoons, could destabilize the infrastructure, leading to crop failures and economic hardship. The possible mismanagement of natural resources by the Minoans and the environmental pressures faced by the Ancestral Puebloans underscore the same point. In today's world, environmental sustainability remains a critical issue. Modern societies continue to grapple with the consequences of deforestation, water scarcity, soil erosion, and climate change. The collapse of these ancient civilizations serves as a cautionary tale about the need for responsible stewardship of natural resources. Societies that overextend themselves, whether by depleting freshwater reserves, overfarming arable land, or relying on unsustainable energy sources, risk facing similar consequences of societal breakdown. The lesson is clear. Civilizations that fail to balance their consumption with the natural world's capacity to regenerate may find themselves on the path to decline. Climate change and adaptation. The archaeological evidence from these ancient civilizations also underscores the devastating impact that climate change can have on human societies. The Great Drought that struck the American Southwest during the late 13th century, for instance, is believed to have played a central role in the abandonment of the ancestral Puebloan settlements. Similarly, climate shifts, marked by alternating periods of drought and intense rainfall, may have contributed to the decline of the Khmer Empire. Climate change is one of the most pressing issues of the 21st century. With global temperatures rising, polar ice caps melting, and extreme weather events becoming more frequent. The experience of these ancient civilizations demonstrates the importance of resilience and adaptability in the face of environmental change. Modern societies must invest in infrastructure that can withstand these shifts, develop sustainable agricultural practices, and prepare for the potential displacement of populations due to climate-induced events. Learning from the mistakes of the past, we can build more resilient communities that are capable of adapting to the challenges posed by a changing climate. The role of disease in societal collapse. The collapse of the pre-Columbian Amazonian civilizations offers a stark reminder of how diseases can decimate populations and unravel the social fabric of entire societies. The introduction of Old World diseases like smallpox, measles, and influenza by European explorers and colonizers had a catastrophic impact on indigenous populations who had no immunity to these pathogens. In a matter of decades, diseases spread through interconnected communities, killing millions and erasing centuries of cultural development. The parallels between this historical tragedy and modern pandemics are clear. The COVID-19 pandemic, for example, revealed how quickly disease can spread across the globe in an interconnected world. It also highlighted the vulnerabilities in healthcare systems, the social inequalities that exacerbate the impact of disease, and the importance of international cooperation in combating pandemics. The experience of ancient civilizations, like the pre-Columbian societies of the Amazon, emphasizes the need for preparedness, robust healthcare systems, and coordinated global responses to disease outbreaks. Modern societies must also recognize the potential for biological threats, whether natural or human-made, to disrupt political, economic, and social stability. Political instability and external threats. The role of political instability and external threats in the collapse of ancient civilizations cannot be overlooked. The Minoans may have been weakened by internal conflict, social unrest, or even invasion by the Mycenaeans. The Khmer Empire too faced external pressure from the Siamese Ayutthaya kingdom, which ultimately sacked the city of Angkor. While disease and environmental challenges played a role in the collapse of pre-Columbian Amazonian societies, European conquest and enslavement contributed significantly to the destruction of these civilizations. In modern times, political instability and conflict remain major drivers of societal collapse. Wars, insurgencies, and state-sponsored violence continue to displace millions of people, destroy infrastructure, and undermine economic development. Modern societies must prioritize the establishment of stable governance systems that promote social cohesion, protect civil liberties, and maintain the rule of law. The experience of ancient civilizations suggests that external threats, whether in the form of military invasions, economic competition, or ideological conflict, can accelerate the decline of societies already weakened by internal problems. Cultural and religious shifts. Cultural and religious transformations may have also contributed to the decline of ancient civilizations. For example, the Khmer Empire experienced a major shift from Hinduism to Theravada Buddhism, which likely affected its political and social institutions. This transition may have weakened the centralized power of the Khmer kings, contributing to the empire's eventual decline. Similarly, shifts in cultural practices and belief systems have influenced the trajectory of many ancient societies. In the modern world, cultural and religious changes continue to shape the evolution of societies. As globalization accelerates the exchange of ideas, values, and traditions, societies must navigate the challenges of maintaining cultural identity while embracing diversity and adaptation. The experience of ancient civilizations highlights the importance of fostering inclusive, adaptable cultural practices that can withstand societal change. One of the most striking aspects of these ancient civilizations is their remarkable technological and scientific advancements. The Minoans were skilled engineers, developing Europe's first paved roads and complex water systems. The ancestral Puebloans demonstrated architectural ingenuity with their cliff dwellings and irrigation systems, while the Khmer Empire's mastery of hydraulic engineering enabled them to thrive in a challenging environment. Today, technological advancements continue to drive societal progress. However, technological development is not without risks. The lessons from these ancient civilizations suggest that societies must strike a balance between innovation and sustainability. Technological solutions should be designed with long-term environmental and social impacts in mind, ensuring that advancements contribute to the resilience of society rather than hastening its decline. One of the enduring mysteries of many ancient civilizations is the absence of written records, which makes it difficult for modern researchers to fully understand the causes of their decline. The Minoan civilization, for instance, left behind two undeciphered scripts, Cretan hieroglyphs and Linear A, which have hindered scholars' ability to gain insights into their political, social, and economic systems. Similarly, the pre-Columbian Amazonian civilizations lacked written records, leaving a significant gap in our understanding of their history and culture. This lack of historical documentation serves as a reminder of the importance of record keeping and the preservation of cultural memory. In modern times, the digitization of information and the development of new technologies for data storage provide opportunities to preserve historical records and ensure that future generations can learn from the past. However, the rapid pace of technological change also presents challenges for long-term data preservation. Societies must prioritize the maintenance of historical archives, oral traditions, and cultural heritage to ensure that critical knowledge is not lost. The study of these ancient civilizations demonstrates the value of continued research and exploration. Advances in technology, such as LiDAR and satellite imagery, have revolutionized the field of archaeology, enabling researchers to uncover hidden cities, settlements, and structures that were previously inaccessible. These discoveries have challenged long-held assumptions about the capacity of ancient societies and have revealed new insights into the complexity of pre-industrial civilizations. Continued research is essential not only for understanding the past, but also for addressing the challenges of the present. By studying how ancient civilizations responded to environmental pressures, social upheaval, and external threats, modern societies can develop more effective strategies for coping with similar challenges. The work of archaeologists, historians, and other researchers contributes to a deeper understanding of human resilience and adaptability, offering valuable lessons for the future. The collapse of the Minoans, the ancestral Puebloans, the Khmer Empire, and the pre-Columbian Amazonian civilizations was likely caused by a combination of factors, including environmental degradation, climate change, disease, political instability, and external invasion. The complexity of their downfall highlights the interconnectedness of various social, economic, and environmental forces, illustrating how multiple challenges can converge to bring about the collapse of even the most advanced civilizations. These ancient civilizations serve as a stark reminder that no society is immune to collapse. Modern civilizations, with all their technological advancements and global interconnectedness, are not exempt from the same risks that doomed their ancient counterparts. The rapid pace of environmental change, coupled with global challenges such as pandemics, political instability, and economic inequality, underscores the need for proactive measures to ensure the resilience of modern societies. By learning from the past, modern societies can better prepare for the future. The stories of these vanished civilizations are not just historical curiosities. They are cautionary tales that remind us of the fragile balance between human innovation and the forces of nature. Continued research, responsible governance, sustainable environmental practices, and global cooperation are essential for avoiding the fate that befell these ancient societies. Ultimately, the study of ancient civilizations that vanished overnight challenges us to reflect on our own vulnerabilities and to take action to safeguard the future of human civilization. Only by understanding the complex interplay of factors that contribute to societal collapse can we hope to build a more resilient and sustainable world for future generations.